with gravy. But you don't want that going all over your window, so replace the sprayer and get a little piece of duct tape and tape it on the turkey. Then all you have to do is spray it and you gravy the turkey. Your turkey should be mighty fine. Plus, that's it. And plus, you can make whipped cream in the car. Just put a bunch of milk and cream in the tires, put it on very well, and then while you're driving to your relative's house, it'll make whipped cream. Mashed potatoes, just take off one of the hubcaps, shove some skinned tomatoes in there, and smash your hubcap back on. They might not work out well because of its airtight seal.
Well, there you go, Jared. Jared just entertained us with a little satire on how to make Christmas turkey. Very well done. Folks, I do want to talk to you seriously for a moment. And by the way, the telephone number, if you want to call in, is 714-816-4740. Folks, it's been a tough year.
Really rough. It was really tough. Well, first, earlier in the year, when I heard that this was the year that we would finally get a new president, and November came along, I was disappointed with two things. That Colorado didn't get enough popular votes for Romney, and Barack got the president, for people who think I'm insulting him. Well, the president got Colorado. But the good and the other bad news is he won. He won Ohio. It was over when he won Ohio. So, plus, at least Mitt Romney, who could have been a good president, got 1.4 million more popular votes. I wish he had gotten more,
though. Folks, I think what Jared is trying to say is the election was extremely disappointing.
Disappointing doesn't begin to start it. I couldn't stop crying until 12:25 at night.
And other conservatives have gotten mad at me somewhat because earlier this year I said that conservatives were going to win. On January 1st, 2012, I said that conservatives are going to win. And we didn't win the political battle, folks.
But hey, think on the bright side. Spencer Swam got elected. David Ballmer got elected. Surprisingly, Mike Kaufman got reelected. Although in 2 years when Mike runs again, I'm not sure that he'll win this.
Point being is, I think the conservative movement is still alive, folks. The vast majority of Americans are conservative.
Exactly. But in places like California, the Californians are actually sort of coming out of California and other democratic countries to make all the other states...
You mean democratic states? You said countries.
Sorry. I'm getting mixed up here.
It's fine.
But, yeah, they're coming out of those states and trying to convince people to vote Democratic. In fact, a week before the election, I saw a group of people a few miles from my house talking to somebody saying, vote Democrat. We don't care. Vote Democrat. Barack has not done any of these bad things. He's not reduced the oil drilling, I think that's what it's called, by 39%. We've increased that. I was thinking, what an idiot. And then the guy decided to just agree to what they were saying. And one more Democrat to add to the pack.
Yeah, it's been a very disappointing year in politics.
Plus, man, has it been vicious. I can't believe we have the literal laughingstock you call a vice president, and I can't believe we have Brainless, who flushes our tax dollars, our money down the drain.
On another subject, so the election was bad, politically, for conservative at least. The other thing and this really has affected the entire country.
Yeah.
But all of these shootings that happened first with
The movie theater and
the movie theater, which happened in our home state, where Jared, Trevor Johnson, and I all live, Colorado. That was extremely tragic.
And now people, ever since that, and Connecticut and all those other shootings, other states besides them have now seen our states as bad states because the Coloradans are killing each other, and people from Connecticut are killing each other. People see those states as bad states.
They're not. In what Jared is talking at, that is actually a reaction I'm seeing here. And folks, I want to tell you that what we've seen, this has been a very dark part of American history.
Mm.
There's no doubt about it. But there are still really good people in this country.
Yeah, but people still lack it. People still don't seem to see that in people. I mean, more than half of America has become, well, the liberals, of course. Everybody listening isn't very dumb, but isn't dumb at all. Let me just say that.
All of our listeners are incredibly smart, no matter what side you're on.
Hey, you vote conservative? Ding, 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 you're smart. You vote for this guy again. I don't know what world you're in, but you're crazy.
And we'll convert you eventually. But point being, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, we know that this has been an incredibly tough year.
For both of us. I sure know that the rumor of Barack Obama going for a third term is not really true. He's lazy. He could have accomplished everything he said 4 years ago if he wasn't so lazy.
The other thing, though, is the other thing that I want to bring up that's really been bothering me is this whole end of the world scenario.
I don't think it's true. I mean, sure, I'm worried, but I don't think it's true.
I'm not, because it's not going to happen.
Probably not. The end of the Mayan calendar doesn't exactly mean the end of the world. That's just the Mayans' prediction thousands of years ago.
Well, and keep in mind, too, the Mayans aren't around anymore.
Nope, there are people who are related, but I've heard people who are related on the news and stuff, on TV or something. And I don't believe it. Because a lot of those people don't believe it.
Yeah,
Yeah. You know, Merry Christmas, America. Democrat or Republican, liberal or conservative, blah, 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 etc., etc. Merry Christmas. Hopefully, for Christmas, I couldn't put on my list because it would have been pretty disappointing to my parents. I was going to ask for Mitt Romney on Christmas Day to see him on the news as president. That's my main wish for this country.
Are you kidding? That was on my Christmas list for the last four years. Well, not Mitt Romney, but
But like Marco Rubio and people like that. I mean, the Democrats have a real problem with saying that you're rich, you rude, rotten person. People think that you just take and stuff like that. But there's a difference in riches. There's a difference between Mitt Romney. Sure, he's rich, but he donated like $2 million to charity in, I don't know, a year. And they say he's an awful person because he's rich. Well, I don't really apply to that. You can be rich in two kinds of ways. Where you worked extremely hard to get rich, which I agree with because it's not really bad if you work really hard to get rich. And then you just sat on your butt drinking sodas and chips waiting for your checks from the government to come in to make you rich. That is just unacceptable. Do you have anything to say on this, Sam?
Yeah, Jared brings up an incredibly good point. One of the whole things that I'm starting to see, we've seen this in Occupy Wall Street. Um, the radical, I don't want to politicize this too much, folks.
Don't
but
bother. Don't. Just say what you're gonna say.
But
because there's much more to say, and we've only got like 16 minutes, 5 seconds.
I honestly feel like people, no matter what side you're on, there are bad people who are wealthy.
Yep, and that's not really good.
But there are also good people who are wealthy.
Like Mitt Romney. And then there are
Bill Gates and Steve Jobs.
Yep.
Folks, the point I'm trying to stress to you. Also, Trevor Jones and I talked about this a little bit yesterday. Our culture and how we're being raised, and how our society functions now. This country's morals are starting to falter.
3.5 years ago, only about 6 months after President Barack Obama was firstly elected. I mean, who couldn't be fooled? Well, I sure know my parents weren't fooled. I wasn't fooled. And there were a few people who weren't fooled. But a lot of people believed him. And there's one thing I can say. 55 people in this neighborhood, I believe, did not vote any time this election. And Democrats, I'm not being offensive to Republicans or conservatives, but Democrats will always jump out to vote for their cause. They will not vote. They will always vote no matter what, which is why we'll probably never see a Democratic president for a Republican president for quite a long while, because the Democrats will always vote. Sometimes Republicans don't vote because they're worried or something.
That's another thing. Conservatives next year, folks, have to vote.
Or this country is going down. Well, this country is already going down in flames, and gasoline is being poured on it. But
now, on another subject, I want to move on to something more fun, a little bit more lighthearted. Jared, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
I don't know. I'd have to say the Red Green Christmas specials.
No, what are those? I've heard about them, but
they're really good. In fact, type in red green Chris. Let me type that. Should I type in red green Christmas?
I'm going to go.
Can I use this quickly? Just to type it in because it's really funny.
Yeah.
Okay. YouTube. Okay.
Well, Jared's typing something in on my iPad, and he's looking up this red green Christmas special. And whatnot. I'm gonna see if we can get any of our regular.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Okay.
Oh, he's playing the Red Green Christmas special.
Okay, here.
There's also a downside. Messing up your house with all those people. And messing up your kitchen, cooking all that food. But you know something? There's a better way. Alright, the first step is you call up one of your relatives and tell them that after 43 Christmases of mooching off everyone else, it's finally their turn to have Christmas dinner. Oh, sure. They'll probably balk at first, then you give them the clincher. You'll bring the food. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute, Red. That still messes up your kitchen. Or, hey, Red, I don't get it. Or, boy, I wish I had a pair of pants like those. The key to the whole deal is we're going to cook Christmas dinner as we drive over there. Okay, first thing you want to do, get the air cleaner off there, put the turkey right on top of the engine box. Now take the engine thermostat control unit, jam that up the rear end of the turkey. Now that'll affect your temperature gauge. You got to change that to show you when the turkey's done. And you want to disconnect your windshield washer fluid, and you want to fill that up with the turkey gravy. Then you put the intake unit back in there, and now, of course, you don't want that all over your windshield, so you want to redirect the squirter to actually put a piece of duct tape on there and aim it right all over the turkey. And now when you apply the windshield washer stuff, you're actually basting the bird. All right, next thing you want to do is you want to fill the rag with frozen peas. Well, I can almost taste those now. Here's something new. Take your lighter, put a mushroom cap on the end of it. You can cook them right out of the cigarette lighter unit there. And take that from the bar and put the new one on and go into the thermos there to keep them warm. A nice treat for non-smokers. Here's how you make the mashed potatoes. Just put them inside the hubcap. Now you need the wheel to be warm, so you put the emergency brake on 3 clicks. Put the pie in behind the turkey on the engine block. Now you want to make whipped cream? No problem. Stick that back on the rim, you're in business. Corn on the cob, into a jar. Take one of the spark plugs, attach that to the lid. Every 8 bangs, you cook a corn on the cob. You put the little dough for making the little rolls into the air cleaner, put that back on. They'll drop down through the carb, through the intake manifold, and come out the exhaust. There's something you got to do first. A little bread basket to grab them as they come out. Now you just stir her up, and out they come. First, a couple of regular rolls, and then a brand one. Yeah. All right, you drive over to wherever it is you're having your Christmas dinner, and by the time you get there, everything should be pretty much ready. So you just pop the hood, and let's just see how everything looks. Boy, it sure smells good when you're driving, too. Oh, look at that turkey. That's a beautiful thing. Oh, it's hot. Oh, my gosh. Beautiful thing. Get that inside.
Look at the TV
Back
behind
out.
it.
Now, the corn not so good. The spark is all at the one end, like I was when I was a kid. And now you want to take the mashed potatoes off there. I think it wasn't airtight. I think that was the problem there. No, they'll be fine. Now, okay, I have no idea how to get the heat. All right, so there's your pie, and you take that cooked to perfection, and then you want to wheel that around. I believe it was the passenger wheel on that. You hook up the hose, the tire filler hose, and then you just reverse the pressure, and oh, there you go. And it's just that easy. You know, if we cooked this turkey on an old van instead of a car, we could have called it Cock Old Van. You know what they say, the proof of the pudding is written on the label. Let's see how these mashed potatoes taste. Well, that rock salt really enhances the flavor. Oh, golly, I forgot my knife. How am I going to carve the turkey? Oh, I got a better idea. You get a 200 horsepower slicer right here, or something a fan blade. So remember, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. If you want me dark meat, just grab it on the way by.
No offense to females.
RedGreenShop.com.
And that's the dinner. It's just that easy.
That is pretty good, if I do say so myself, Jared. Folks, Christmas really is a special time of year. for me, it's my favorite holiday.
And to tell you the truth, if all you viewers think that Jesus was born on December, well, you're about 2 months off. He was born in October. Yeah, so people actually made Christmas in December just because a lot of holidays are in December and blah 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 blah. They thought it would be good to put something major in there.
Well, no, Jesus' birthday was on December 25th, but it wasn't snowing where he was.
And plus, he was actually born on October, so.
Really?
Yeah, it's true. I asked
Anyway,
priest.
Christmas is a special time of year. For me, it's really a time to reflect on how the past year has gone. How it's really a time of year where I look at how I can better myself, what I've done good in the past year, and what I need to improve on. This year was tough for us as political broadcasters, but I'm not losing hope. The other thing I wanted to bring up was that whole end of the world scenario is not going to happen, folks.
Yeah, scientists said it happened in about, if my calculations are correct, 5 billion years from now. So we don't have anything to worry about.
Well, and even then, nobody knows when the end of the world is coming, folks. Not even Christ himself knew when the end of the world would come. So, folks, next year what we'll be doing, obviously I've gotten some emails. A couple of you are a little tired of the constant political talk, which is understandable. And so next year I'll be doing a whole bunch of movie reviews. And we'll be doing some fun stuff. About twice a month we'll be doing a movie review. And then once a month I'll be doing a book review or an app review or something along those lines. And I'm just, please take time to spend with your family, folks. It's a very special time of year, and hopefully 2013 will be a better year. Folks, you guys, the audience, you guys are why I do this show. You guys are very special to me. You
Oh crap,
you
sorry.
you make this show possible. And I just really appreciate you guys being the loyal audience that you are.
I do too.
With that in mind,
Come on.
Jared and I are going to
Sing a song?
sign out of here a little early. And folks, once again, I would just like to thank you for sticking with us through a very tough year. We really appreciate it. Jared, I want to thank you.
Don't worry.
You've been an excellent co-host. I really have. It's been an honor to work with you this year, and we'll continue doing some good work.
Well, what do you know?
And so, from all of us here at Next Gen Conservative, have a great Christmas, and have a great New Year, and we'll see you on January 4th. And I really, that's about it. So, from all of us here at NGC, God bless, have a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year, and I'll see you next year in 2013. Alright, folks, God bless, and take care.